Shane Gaber. I'm a research biologist with Ducks Unlimited Canada, and we're standing at the outlet to Broughton's Creek. The reservoir drains into the Little Saskatchewan River, which drains into the Assiniboine River, into the Red River, and then ultimately into Lake Winnipeg. Since 1968, there's an additional 12 square miles of land that now drain to this point from wetland loss, and with that it's carrying lots of nitrogen and phosphorus and sediment, which is most likely having a significant effect on Lake Winnipeg.
So all this land that used to hold water now is all heading downstream.
Wow, okay.
In a big hurry.
So what we have here is an automated water quality and flow monitoring station set up at the outlet of a drained wetland basin. This is really the first time that we've been able to come out and tackle this issue where we can determine the amount of water coming out of a drained wetland basin and calculate the amount of nutrients coming out of that drained wetland basin, which are now contributing to downstream environments. Between 1968 and 2005, this wetland was drained at some point, and likely all that happened is that they just deepened this ditch, and back here would have been an intact wetland, which was subsequently drained off to the road ditch and into the Broughton's Creek River.
Right now, farmers tend to drain those wetlands because they're trying to make a living, and there's no real market or incentives for them not to do that. We undertook a study that is essentially a willingness to pay study, and it asked questions of the general public of Manitoba. About 2,000 people were surveyed, and it asked them would they be willing to pay for wetland conservation in Manitoba. And what we found was that once they were educated on the issues around wetland drainage, that they thought it was really important to invest in the future and that it was the right thing to do, and over 90% of them were very concerned about wetland loss.
The area that looks darker in there previously was a wetland, so that's actually the basin. So now this water has been removed off of these basins.
The research that we've done here and elsewhere, we believe has been instrumental in moving this whole concept of ecological goods and services forward and raising the awareness of the value of wetlands. And, as the government develops policies in Manitoba, we know that the science that we've brought to it, has played a role in that.
Run radio, Echo Charlie, Alpha is 13 to the northwest.